I found this in my yard in Oregon, USA. It weighs 31 grams and features an image of a military tank with the words Time Seed Project Or on one side. On the other side, there's a human figure facing an unidentifiable image with the text DNA time asterisk EE asterisk. Does anyone know what it is? It's part of the Time Seed Project. The goal of the Time Seed Project is the global distribution of iconographic ultra-durable ceramic coins into remote locations, with the hope that they will be discovered and their creator pondered long after death. My metals professor in college doesn't know what this is, and neither do we. He has several of these in different sizes. The box only has the markings shown in the photo. The object seems to be made of ceramic material with an inverted dome in the center. It looks like a ceramic disc or plate, possibly used in metal forming or in an art studio for metalwork. We think Superior might be the company, but online searches have yielded no useful results. We're unsure of its age. The two sizes weigh about 1 to 2 pounds, and both are around 2.5 inches on each side. Any insights would be greatly appreciated. Any ideas? It is a slate dish for grinding flux. Back in the day, you put a little water in it and rubbed a borax cone in it to make up the day's flux. My friend found this at a thrift store. The inner circle on top is made of metal, and the whole object is fairly heavy. The bottom is completely flat, and it weighs about 3 pounds. The exterior feels like some kind of rock, while the top is metal. There are no markings on it. Does anyone have an idea of what this could be? It looks like a candle with a lid that was accidentally wedged on top. Metal tanks are emerging from a shallow pit about 4 feet tall and 12 inches square, located in the basement of a building over 100 years old in downtown. This space was used as a photo studio in the early 20th century, but we can't find any information on what these fixtures are, what they were used for, and, most importantly, whether any hazardous chemicals were involved in their use. The tanks are hollow all the way through, with some drainage and possibly a water supply, inactive if it's water, connected to them. It's unclear where the drainage leads. The pit is carved out of the concrete slab, about a foot deep, and seems to contain dirt at the bottom, though it could just be the accumulation of debris over the years. I've searched for anything related to historic photo processing, looked into sinks used for that purpose, but haven't found any relevant results. Any idea what this is made for? These are developing tanks. There would be at least 3: develop, hypo, rinse. The studio that I saw developed medium format film in these, typically 4 by 5 inch format. The tanks are more likely ceramic than metal due to the likely reaction of developing chemicals with many metals. The films were clipped in long racks, frames that were immersed in the tanks. From the dimensions, it seems that 8 4 by 5 sheets could be developed on a rack and several racks at the same time if necessary. A lot of studio work used the medium format for portraits because it could be contact printed, avoiding the need for expensive enlargers and producing excellent contrast and resolution. With the 12-inch square dimension, these could also handle 8 by 10-inch film, which is considered large format. What is this growing on the lid of this urn of ashes? It was removed a few months ago, but it has grown back in the same area and in another spot. It's a hard, almost chalky or powdery substance, white to beige in color. It grows around the lid of the urn, where it seems to be attached. Any ideas? Bone minerals are largely calcium phosphate after cremation, but calcium phosphate likes to be a hydrate, so it pulls moisture from the air, forming new crystals. I found this at a thrift store. It's a ceramic object with dull ceramic teeth that fit perfectly in the palm of my hand. I asked the seller, but they didn't know what it is. Does anyone know what it is? It's a paste maker for small veg items like garlic or ginger. You put this on top of what you want to make into a paste and move it around with pressure. In no time, you'll have garlic or ginger paste. Found on the grounds of a 19th, 20th century residential property in Manitoba, This item, marked 660 watt, 250 volt, is clearly some kind of electrical component, but I'm unsure of its purpose. It's made from either ceramic or an early plastic material and has become discolored and crumbly, possibly from scorching or being buried for several decades. The house it was found next to was occupied from the 1850s until the mid-1950s. Any idea what it could be? That is an old-fashioned appliance plug. It joined the electrical cord to countertop appliances, like waffle irons and popcorn poppers. I got this from Goodwill as a decoration for my betta tank, but I have no idea what it actually is, since a Google image search isn't helping. It has 3 side holes and 1 on top. It's pretty heavy and has some kind of message on the bottom that I can't quite read. What is this strange green object? It's a cigarette or cigar holder designed to hold them while they're still lit. You place the lit cigarettes in the side openings, and the smoke comes out of the chimney at the top. Adds a bit of whimsy to your emphysema and lung cancer. A friend found this on a beach in County Down. It's made of brass and has an internal diameter of approximately 2 inches. It appears to function as a pivot point and may be electrically isolated from the brass body. Given the nearby debris from a demolished house, I'm thinking it could be part of a light fixture or a doorknob. Any ideas on what it might be? It was the base of a chair of table. It had a wooden or brass wheel at one tone. I found this old wooden bedside table-like piece in the garage of a house we bought. It looks like an old wooden locker, possibly with a cooler box feature. The piece has a drawer on top, and inside the main cupboard area, there's what seems to be a ceramic insert. Its dimensions are 800 millimeters by 360 millimeters by 440 millimeters. There's no sign of a missing door, but I'm puzzled by the hole in the back of the ceramic insert. It doesn't seem to lead anywhere. Does anyone know what it is? It's a nightstand. The ceramic insert would have held a chamber pot and guarded against any sloshing or leaks. Air hole in back to let a little fresh air in. I found an ornate white porcelain box with a blue painted design featuring boats, a farm, and a windmill. It has a small handle and an unusual hole configuration. The piece is likely European and was discovered in Brazil, bearing a maker's mark reminiscent of Vechtersbach. It belonged to a family of European descent. I asked my mother, who has a passion for unusual antiques, about it. She suggested, I think it's a strainer for meat sauces. You pour the cooking juices into the strainer on the top. The fat quickly rises above the bottom divider, allowing only the clear juices to flow into the small portion, which can then be poured out through the holes. Any idea what this is made for?